So this monologue right here is not about bashing the MLS and being full of anger and being full of emotion and just going on a random tirade out of just pure emotion. Am I pleased about Ronnie Dyla leaving to Belgium? No. But in large part, thanks to social media and getting information, I have a better understanding why he left. And we as MLS spectators and MLS fans, we just have to accept this reality that foreigners, whether it is a foreign coach or a foreign player, their heart is always going to be in their home continent or their home country. This is why it's very imperative as we move forward, MLS, is that you start to hire more American born employees, American born coaches, American born players. Because even though, now, this doesn't mean that all of them are going to stay dedicated to America. No, that does not mean that. However, you'll still have a good handful of coaches and players that will be dedicated to growing the sport in America, while you still have another handful that chooses to go to Europe, South America, and Mexico. So this monologue right here is mainly about how can we come to solutions? Moving forward, it's no longer, these monologues are not going to be about random, it's not going to be full of random angry tirades and random angry rants. We have to come up with a solution because from what I'm seeing right now, the MLS needs our help. American soccer needs our help. And remember when I said in another monologue, when it comes to the growth of American soccer, it has to be all hands on deck. That means all of us we have a hand inside in growing the sport. We have a role to play, all of us, whether you're a spectator, whether you're a fan, even critics, those who are not interested in watching it. You have an important role too. So it's not only based on the players and the coaches. Because what we're seeing right now, if we as Americans continue to rely on Europeans and South Americans to grow the popularity of soccer in America, we won't maximize our potential. Why? Because they'll only be here for the short haul. And the time they're here is only to fulfill their personal brand, their personal ambitions. They don't really care about how popular the sport grows or whether or not it grows at all. Now, I don't know Ronnie Dyla personally, so I'm not going to automatically assume that he didn't care about American soccer. One thing I know, he had a 3-year contract. And within that 3-year contract, he won an MLS Cup championship. And he really left the club in a good position. Ronnie Dyla left NYCFC in position to win 4 national titles this year. The US Open Cup, the Campeones Cup, the Supporters Shield, and another MLS Cup championship. Ronnie Dyla left NYCFC in a good position. Ronnie Dyla left NYCFC in a position where they are now the face of New York. They are no longer the little brother of New York. They are no longer the second looked upon team in New York, but they are the premier team of New York. They are the prize jewel of New York. They are the New York Yankees, the New York Knicks when it comes to Major League Soccer in New York. NYCFC is that team. And a lot of credit goes to Ronnie Dyla. However, moving forward, we cannot have something like this happen. MLS, something like this cannot happen again. Why? Because you still have a lot of people on the fence. You still have a lot of people contemplating whether or not they should support your sport. Because look, there's a lot of people who are tired of watching Major League Baseball in the summertime. There's a lot of people who are tired of watching NBA playoffs. Like, did you pay attention to the earlier rounds of the US Open Cup? Like, did you see matches in Greenville, South Carolina, in Austin, Texas? I think that was San Antonio. The San Antonio-Austin game, I believe that was in San Antonio. But did you see the amount of people in Greenville, South Carolina, and San Antonio, Texas? When matches, there's a lot of people that showed up at matches that took place at the same time that NBA playoff games were going on. That should tell you something right there. Look at the people in Detroit. People really, really want to support soccer. But the thing that's going to turn people away is instability, and just when it looks like there's dysfunction. It's not a good look, Major League Soccer, when a coach walks away from his team in the middle of the season. And then the league itself, it just looks like you accept it for what it is. And a lot of times it seems like the league is happy for something like that. Like the league just accept it. From the outside looking in, it's not a good look. So MLS, listen to me. There needs to be protective clubs. Clubs where it's off limits. Where if you want to recruit a player, where European clubs want to recruit a coach or a player during their off season, they have to wait until the MLS off season. It can't be where you have these European clubs disrupting your season, taking away your valuable players and your valuable coaches for their benefit. It hurts your brand, MLS. It hurts your product. It hurts your exposure to the audience. What went down today, MLS? That may cause you to lose some fans. They may cause you to really lose some fans. There's probably some people who are very disappointed and upset, and they're just fed up with how the MLS operates business-wise. Because MLS, you have a very good product. And NYCFC has the potential of being the face of the MLS. Not only the face of the MLS, but the face of North American soccer. Why I say this? Because Ronnie Dyla leaving NYCFC got more tweets on Twitter than the Seattle Sounder winning the CONCACAF Champions League. Ronnie Dyla leaving NYCFC today got more media headlines, got more press coverage, got more tweets, got more people talking about that than the Seattle Sounders winning the CONCACAF Champions League. This is why I know that NYCFC is the future face of the MLS. Yes, the homeless team, the team that where it seems like they're always playing on the road. One time, one moment they're playing a home game at Yankee Stadium. The other moment they're playing at the Met Stadium. Another time they're playing at Jamaica Queens, St. John's University. Another time they got to go to East Hartford, Connecticut. The homeless team is getting ready to be the face of North American soccer. So there needs to be protective clubs where you let the Europeans know, like, look, This club is off limits during the MLS season. If you want to if you want to talk to a player or a coach from this team, you got to wait until our off season, because we're not going to let you European teams disrupt our product, disrupt our brand. And these are the protective clubs, the off limit clubs. That's what we're going to call them. We're going to call them the off limit clubs. NYCFC, Atlanta, Chicago, Seattle, Los Angeles, LA Galaxy. I repeat, these are the 5 off limit clubs. These are the clubs where you European teams, if you want to talk to a player or a coach, you want to recruit them, you wait until our off season is over. You wait until we're not going to go on your time. You're going to go on our time, because we're doing you a favor. Therefore, you wait until our season is over. We're not going to cater to your off season. You are going to adapt to our culture and our off season, since you want our players. The 5 off limit clubs: NYCFC, Atlanta, Chicago, LA Galaxy, Seattle. NYCFC, Atlanta, Chicago, Seattle, LA Galaxy. Now, if any of you European teams want to recruit a coach or a player during our on season, go to Colorado, go to Minnesota, go to Cincinnati, go to Austin, go to Portland, go to Vancouver, go to Montreal, go to Toronto, the New York City Football Club, Atlanta United, Chicago Fire, LA Galaxy, and the Seattle Sounders. Those 5 clubs are off limits. You can go to New England. New England, they're always selling. New England's always buying and selling. But our 5 off limit clubs: NYCFC, Atlanta, LA Galaxy, Chicago, Seattle Sounders, no particular order. Those 5 clubs are off limits. That's one solution. Because listen, MLS, City Football Group, David Lee, Abu Dhabi, especially you, Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi, let me tell you something. I know that you're on a mission to be the king of global soccer. You want to be the top dog of global soccer. I know you do, Abu Dhabi. But Abu Dhabi, let me tell you something. If NYCFC is not great, you will not dominate this global football world. NYCFC being good is more important than any club in Belgium. NYCFC being good is more important than any club in Brazil. Why did I say that? New York City is top 5 media capitals of the world. If it's not top 1 or top 2, definitely top 5 media capital of the world. So if you have a club that's in the top 5 media capital of the world, them being good in that city benefits you, Abu Dhabi. More money comes to you, Abu Dhabi. More prestige comes to you, Abu Dhabi. More wealth comes to you, Abu Dhabi. So the thing that happened today, Abu Dhabi, never again. It should never happen again. As long as football exists on this planet, I'm talking about the year 3000, the year 4000, the year 5000. As long as football exists on this planet, the thing that happened in New York City today, it should never happen again, because NYCFC has the potential to be a global power. It's not when it comes to NYCFC, this is what sets NYCFC apart from most of the other MLS clubs. When it comes to NYCFC, this is about being a global power. You're trying to be up there with Manchester City. You are literally trying to be an English Premier League team that plays in America. That is what NYCFC is seeking to. That I can't really think of the word right now, but that is the standard. That is the standard for NYCFC. It's not to be an American power. It's not about being a North American power. This is about being a global power. And the fact that a club from Belgium, we're not even talking about an English Premier League club. We're not talking about Manchester City. We're not talking about Manchester United. We're not talking about Real Madrid. We're not talking about Liverpool. We're not talking about Chelsea. We're not talking about AC Monaco or Milan. It's some club from Belgium. A club from Belgium can take your coach in the middle of the season? Oh man, MLS, this is not good. It's not a good look. City Football Group is not a good look. Abu Dhabi is not a good look. Don Garber is not a good look. It's not. So from now on, like this off season, here's another thing that should happen. This off season, Don Garber should take every MLS sporting director. I believe that in soccer, they're not called general managers. I believe the sporting director serves as the general manager, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. But this offseason, Don Garber should have a private meeting with every MLS ownership group and every MLS sporting director. And all of y'all should come up with a solution for this issue of MLS star players being taken away from their teams during European offseason. Come up with a solution with the issue of coaches being taken away by European teams during the MLS on season. Because if this continues, MLS, you will attract fans, but you just won't keep them. You know what some fans are saying right now? Some NYCFC fans are saying right now? After the departure of Ronnie Dyla and the potential departure of Tati Castellanos, they're saying, you know what? August is 2 months away. NFL preseason starts. I'm just going to take a break from sports and just wait until NFL preseason. Because I cannot watch a league where the star player leaves in the middle of the season. I cannot watch a league where I've gained interest in a star player. And right when I start to enjoy the star player, right when I start to enjoy watching him play, he's gone. So I've only got to see the star player play for 1 month, and now he's gone. I can't watch a league like that. I'm just gonna take a break from sports until August, NFL preseason, because I know that at least with the NFL, the only way that my favorite player will go away is if he gets injured. But if my favorite player is not injured, he's definitely gonna stay there for the whole season. You can't say that about the MLS. So MLS, you're in danger of not maintaining the fans. You'll attract them because it's summertime and, you know, the game's on ESPN Plus. They just want to see something new. So you'll attract them, but you won't maintain them. So this offseason, Don Garber and every MLS ownership group need to get together and come up with a solution to this issue. Because it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And MLS, it makes you look like an amateur league. MLS, it makes you look like a European developmental league. That's what it makes you look like. You look like a league where the player, he has a desire to go play in Europe, and he has a lot of potential to play in Europe, but because he's too young to play in Europe, he'll just play in the MLS at the age of 19, and then by the time he turns 21, then he'll go play for Europe and spend the rest of his career in Europe. And then 10 years from then, when he's 31 or 33, then he comes back to the MLS, getting ready to retire. Speaking of that, I don't understand the excitement behind LAFC signing a 33-year-old European guy who will probably retire within 2 years. Because you're in your 30s, you will not be able to handle the speed of the MLS. Look at Gonzalo Higuaín. We don't even need to talk about Gonzalo Higuaín. So let's not even go there. So I really don't understand the excitement behind that signing. It doesn't make LAFC better than LA Galaxy. I promise you that. This new signing of the 33-year-old Italian, this does not put LAFC in position to be better than the LA Galaxy. I just don't see it. But anyways, MLS, City Football Group, and especially you, Abu Dhabi, do not let this happen again. As long as football exists on this planet, the year 2023, the year 2030, the 2050s, 60s, the year 3000, the year 4000, as long as football exists on this earth, City Football Group, it's your job to make sure that NYCFC remains on top and that no European club will just come in and take a coach and take a player like that. NYCFC is off limits during the MLS on season. Now, do you want to talk to them? Wait until the MLS off season. We are not catering to you, European leagues, anymore. That's the kind of mindset that MLS needs to have if MLS is going to be taken serious as a serious professional league. We are not catering to you, Europe. We are not a European developmental league, and we are not a European retirement league. We're not owned by y'all. We are not going to allow you to hurt our brand. So moving forward, MLS, Abu Dhabi, this is for you, because the MLS doesn't really have much control over this. This is for you, Abu Dhabi. Don't let this happen again. Do not let this happen again. NYCFC is no longer the side chick. NYCFC used to be the side chick. But NYCFC has elevated itself now. NYCFC has leveled up. NYCFC is no longer the side chick. Give NYCFC the respect that it has earned. Abu Dhabi, do not let this happen again.
No new friends. Young money be getting up. I'm young and chopping in the cold. I'm on the beat and in the zone. And it sound like screaming over the intercom. She in my ear trying to cut. I'm looking like Van Gogh. Smelling like Monet. Smoking that. Keeping squares about your circle cause it's secondhand smoke, fam. See me on the track like a slow dance. The race with the road ants. Hit the brakes whipping both hands and post round the way. Found a place I could smoke at. Couldn't keep up with my pace. When I face it's the Lord of the smoke rings. You been smoking with me, famo, cause it's looking like y'all stuck with me, famo. And that's just out of love for me. Got it fronted, I ask him, was it worth the wait? Or forget to tip your waiters. They gon' yay or pay you. Just make sure you stay long enough that they pay for it. Off top, drop bars on that black car, ox court. They shouldn't have called them painkillers. It ain't marriage if you arranging it.